Have a nice day. Today is Friday, 21st of June 2024. Due to Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi relentless efforts, June 21st was declared as the International Yoga Day by the United Nations General Assembly. Starting the newspaper analyst with the newspaper, The Hindu states that railway conducts trial run on the world's highest arc rail bridge in Jammu and Kashmir. Indian Railway conducts a trial run on the newly constructed world's highest railway bridge, Chenab Rail Bridge, built between the Sangaldan and Rambagh district and Riyasi on June 20, 2024. Rail service on the line will start soon. According to the ministry, it was the first ever a full train that crossed over the iconic bridge between the Doga and Bakhal stations across the Chenab River, which is the world's highest arc railway bridge. India's Railway on June 20 successfully conducted a trial run of an 8-coach MEMU train on the world's highest railway bridge, Chenab Bridge in Jammu and Kashmir, paving the way for the start of rail service on the route from Riyasi to Baramulla in Kashmir. After an extensive inspection of the newly constructed Chenab Bridge by senior officers from a railway board, Northern Railway and Konkan Railway, a trial run was conducted on a 46-kilometer long electrified line section between Sangaldan in Rambagh district and Riyasi at a speed of 40 km per hour, the Railway Ministry said in a statement. It was successfully carried out starting at 12:35 p.m. from Sangaldan and reaching Riyasi at 2:05 p.m. On the way, it passes through the 9 tunnels with a combined length of 40.787 km and the longest tunnel to 44 of 11.13 km it added. According to the ministry, it was the first ever full train that crossed over the iconic bridge between Dugai and Bakhal stations across the Chenab River, which is the world's highest arc railway bridge. The stations Riyasi, Bakhal, Dugai and Sawalkot are situated in Riyasi district of Jammu and Kashmir. The electrification work on this section has been executed with the state-of-the-art technology, ROX rigid overhead a conductor system at 25 kilowatt for the first time on railways, the ministry said. Similarly, Tarun Sharma traveled from Riyasi railway station to Dargah and described the journey as a historic. The Udhampur Srinagar Baramulla Rail Link USBRL project, including the 48.1 km long Banihal Sangaldan section, was inaugurated by Prime Minister Narendra Modi on February 20, 2024. Phase first of the project, covering the 118 km long Kazigun Baramulla section, was inaugurated in October 2009 under the Congress-led UPA government. Subsequent phases saw the inauguration of the 18 km long Banihal Kazigun section in June 2013 and the 25 km Udhampur Katra section in July 2014. The USBRL project involves 38 tunnels, combined length of 119 km, and the longest tunnel T49 is having a length of 12.75 km and is the country's longest transportation tunnel. There are 927 bridges combined length of 13 km. These bridges include the iconic Chenab Bridge, overall length 130 and 115 meter, arc span of 467 meter and height of 359 meter above the river bed, which is around 35 meters taller than the Eiffel Tower and is pegged to be the world's highest arc railway bridge. The Hindu newspaper also states that a reincarnation of the next Dalai Lama will have a major geopolitical implications. Former political leader of the Central Tibetan administration, Lobsang Sangye, the former Kyong, a political leader of the Central Tibetan administration. Lobsang Sangye described India as the closest ally of Tibetan people and endorsed the United States lawmakers who spoke in the support of self-determination for Tibetans. The reincarnation of the next Dalai Lama will have a major geopolitical implication, and that China will not have any role to play either in the process of the reincarnation, search and training of the next Dalai Lama. For the former Kyong, a political leader of the Central Tibetan administration, Dr. Lobsang Sangye said on Thursday. Speaking at the event, they are here to deliberate on the continuity of the institution of the Dalai Lama. Dr. Sangye described India as the closest ally of the Tibetan people and endorsed the comments made by a high-powered delegation of the United States lawmakers who addressed a public event in Dharamshala on Wednesday and spoke in the support of self-determination for the Tibetans. The Hindu newspaper also stated that India lodges protest with Canada over the Khalistani extremists holding citizens' court in the Vancouver. Khalistan flags are seen at the Guru Nanak Singh as Gurdwara temple site of the June 2023 killing of the Sikh leader Hardeep Singh Nijjar in Surrey, British Columbia, Canada. New Delhi's protest came a day after the Canadian Parliament observed a moment of silence in the memory of the Khalistani extremist Hardeep Singh Nijjar. India on the June 20 lodged a strong protest with Canada over the Khalistani extremists, holding a so-called citizens' court and burning an effigy of the Indian Prime Minister outside the Indian consulate in Vancouver. The authoritative sources said India showed a note of verbal or diplomatic note to the Canadian High Commission conveying its serious objection to the latest actions by the Khalistani elements, they said. The land and the parting of a people. Motnath residency in Vadodara, Gujarat, where residents are disallowing a neighbor to occupy her house. A Muslim woman in Gujarat's Vadodara is not being allowed by the Hindu majority to occupy an apartment allotted to her by the state government. Maitri Porecha visits different parts of the city to uncover its communal complicities and spatial segregation. In spite of temperatures that have hovered around 40 degrees Celsius across India's north and west, Muslims in Vadodara celebrated Bakrid on June 17 with their usual enthusiasm. They dressed up in the new clothes, sacrificed the goat, went to prayers, stepped out to eat Gujarati snacks at roadside stalls. One of the Gujarati's major cities is an academic center that operates at a slow, calm pace. Now, going to the Hindustan Times newspaper states that India lodged strong protest with Canada over the Khalistani protests in Vancouver. India on Thursday lodged a strong protest after the pro-Khalistani extremists held a citizens' court in front of India's consulate in Vancouver and put Prime Minister Narendra Modi's effigy. Prime Minister Narendra Modi meets the Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau at a G7 outreach summit in Apulia. News Times also stated that Manipur Governor Oiki reviewed the security situation with the DGP security advisor. Manipur Governor Anusuyi Oiki with the DGP Manipur Rajiv Singh at a Raj Bhavan. Imphal Manipur Governor Anusuyi Uiki on Thursday reviewed the prevailing security situation in the northeastern state with the Director General of Police Rajiv Singh at Raj Bhavan in Imphal. People aware of the matters said. Here's the Times also says that Directorate of General Civil Aviation revises regulations to boost seaplane operations. In a major boost to seaplane operations in the country, the Civil Aviation Regulator Directorate General of Civil Aviation (DGCA) has revamped rules for its smooth operations. Initially established in 2008, the regulatory framework for separation operations was long due for a review. Sikkim landslide, all stranded tourists evacuated, says officials. Kolkata, all the tourists, including some foreign nationals who were stranded in the North Sikkim after the landslide triggered by heavy rain, is cut off the region since June 13, has been rescued and brought to safety. Officials aware of the developments said around 1,200 tourists were stranded in the northern Sikkim as the most parts of the region remained cut off because of the damage on road bridges and heavy rainfall leading to landslides. Going towards the economy of the country from the business point of view, India anks wish list for budget status quo on corporate tax expansion of PLI. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman on Thursday chaired a pre-budget consultation meeting with the prominent players in the capital market and heads of the industry lobby groups. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman at the pre-budget meeting with the industry leaders and associates. Gold and narcotics among the contraband worth rupees 3,500 crores seized in financial year 2024. The government earlier this month also imposed import restrictions on the gold jewelry and parts. Cash of gold smuggling having on the rise of the subvert. The 15% duty aimed at a sharp rise in gold prices. From the banking and finance point of view, SEBI orders Religare to apply for approvals for the open offer by Burmans. The Burmans attempted to seek the approval of the Reserve Bank of India for change in control management of REL. Reacting to the SEBI order, Religare, a spokesperson said, as per the SEBI advisory, the company will apply for the fate and proper status of the acquirers of open offer to the concerned regulators, including the Reserve Bank of India. Going to the world news, including what gifts did Putin and Kim Jong-un exchange aimed at strengthening ties. Two killed in a helicopter crash in Washington state authorities. Biden bans United States sales of Kaspersky software over the Russia ties. British Prime Minister Mr. Rishi Sunak says he is incredibly angry over the election date, betting accusations. Biden approves disaster declaration, freeing up resources in the battle against the deadline New Mexico fires. United Kingdom elections 2024. Prime Minister Sunak admits not making much progress in NHS as polls predict Conservatives' defeat. Going to science and check, we have sickle cell patients need better access to the modern medication. India grapples with a formidable challenge posed by the SCD, with the millions affected. The high prevalence of this genetic disorder underscores the urgent need for the targeted interventions and robust healthcare infrastructure to mitigate its impact. Sickle cell disease remains a formidable challenge in the landscape of global health, particularly in the places like India, where its burden is significant, particularly among the tribal populations. What is sickle cell disease? Sickle cell disease is a chronic condition encompasses a group of inherited disorders affecting hemoglobin, the protein responsible for the oxygen transport in the body. Typically, red blood cells possess a disc-like shape and are flexible, facilitating smooth movement through blood vessels. However, in sickle cell disease, a genetic mutation causes this disease red blood cells to adopt a crescent or sickle shape. These sickle-shaped red blood cells lead to a disruption of the blood flow in the small vessels and the result in the numerous complications. As a hematologist deeply entrenched in the battle against the sickle cell disease, I have witnessed both the strides made in the treatment and the persistent hurdles hindering comprehensive care. IIIT Delhi project on antimicrobial resistance wins joint second prize in the global competition. A view of Indraprastha Institute of Information Technology Phase 2nd Delhi IIT D campus in New Delhi. The Trinity Challenge is a charity supporting the creation of the data-driven solution to help protect against the global health threats. A project by the Indraprastha Institute of Information Technology Delhi IIT Delhi has won the joint second prize in Trinity Challenge second competition on tackling the escalating threat of antimicrobial resistance. AMR press release said the Trinity Challenge is a charity supporting the creation of data-driven solutions to help protect against the global health threats. Indian Institute of Science designed this device to make infrared light visible with a diverse application in the defense and optical communications. The Indian Institute of Science team used a 2D material to design what they call a non-linear optical mirror stack to increase or upconvert the frequency of short infrared light to be the visible range combined with the wide field imaging capability. Researchers at the Indian Institute of Science have fabricated a device to increase or convert the frequency of short infrared light to the visible light. This conversion of light has diverse applications, especially in the defense and optical communications, said Indian Institute of Science. The human eye can only see light at certain frequencies, called the visible spectrum, the lowest of the which shows just red light, infrared light, which we can't see, has an even lower frequency than red light. Indian Institute of Science researchers have now fabricated a device to increase or convert the frequency of the short infrared light to the visible range. Indian Institute of Science said. At last, there's a famous quotation said by Barack Obama. Second, was born on 4 August 1961, is an American politician who served as the 44th President of the United States from 2009 to 2017. As a member of the Democratic Party, he was the first African American president in United States history. Obama previously served as the United States Senator representing Illinois from 2005 to 2008, as an Illinois State Senator from 1997 to 2004, and as a community service organizer, civil rights lawyer, and a university lecturer. Barack Obama says a famous quotation. He says that we do not come to fear the future, we came here to shape it. Okay, thank you.